What is up, YouTube? This is Vaughn Darkcross, and I'm doing my very first video for the first time. Freaking out here, doing it on the phone. But as you can see, I have my magic decks scattered out here. This is the Werewolf deck I built. And yeah, I'm doing this on the phone, if any of you guys are wondering. And I know that's like terrible. But let's jump right into this. I'm going to start with lands. I run only 20 lands instead of like 24, like recommended. I have 10 mountains and 10 forests. I don't run any like special lands, not in this deck. And the reason I only run 20 lands is because I have several creatures with mana ramp abilities. Alright, so I'm just going to go right over here to the only 4 creatures in this deck that aren't werewolves. They're wolves. They're all the same. They're Emerwolves. Emerwolf is a 3-drop, 2/2, intimidate, and when you play it, non-human werewolves can't flip back anymore. So yeah, it's a real helpful card. It also gives all other wolves and werewolves +1/+1. So you can get each of these guys up to a 5/5 if you have them out on the field together, which is kind of a powerhouse. So yeah, I might as well go up to the cards I have doubles of. So Hainwire Watchkeeper, Defender 1/5, and then he transforms into a Bane of Hainwire. It has to attack each turn it's able to, and it's a 5/5. So, yeah, I run 2 of these in my deck, so I have a good defense and an offense card there at the same time. Alright, just go over here to Gustavus Shepherd. Gustavus Shepherd, 2/2, nothing really special about him. Flips over, he becomes a 3/3 Gustavus Howler with Intimidate. He's green. Then we have my Scorned Villager up here. I also run 2 of the Gustavus Shepherds, but I guess you guys can tell that because of the card sleeves. Scorned Villager, it's a 2-drop. Tap it for 1 mana, and I hate the glare I'm getting. It's a 1/1. It's pretty weak, but when you flip it over, it becomes Moonscarred Werewolf. I think there. Vigilance, and adds 2 mana to your mana pool when it's tapped. When you tap it for the mana, it's a 2/2, and yeah, that's the reason I don't run 24 mana, because these guys, they just ramp up mana like crazy. Over here, my Hermit of my Hinterland Hermit. He's a 2-drop, 2/1. When he flips, he becomes the Hinterland Scourge, as you can see there. I mean, it's not too good, but it becomes a 3/2 first strike, and not first strike. What am I thinking? And when it attacks, it must be blocked. So it's good for getting rid of some defenders for a while. Alright, up to one of the big guys. Tormented Pyra. It's a 3/2. God, I gotta think about this. And then when it flips, it becomes Rampaging Werewolf. 6/4, as you can see there. It's a powerhouse. I run 2 of those in there. I only run 1 hinterland. I keep forgetting to tell you guys this stuff. Sorry. First video. Then Village Ironsmith over here. First strike, 1/1. Then he flips and he becomes Iron Fang. First strike, 3/1. I only run 1 of these in there in my deck. I mean, he's a good card, but just weakling. So, and this deck is mainly based on power. Then we have Limbolt Elder, or however you pronounce the L word in this. It's a 1/2 3-drop. I know I'm telling you guys some of their mana costs, but by this time you probably know it. But I run one of these, and then it transforms into a Silver Pelt Werewolf. Whenever 4/5, whenever it deals damage, you can draw a card. Yeah. Now here's one of the bigger guys. Here's one of the biggest guys in my deck. Grizzled Outcast, 4/4. No real ability there. But when it flips, it becomes Krallian Horde, which is all I call it. It becomes a 7/7. So yeah, this is a powerhouse, especially with one of the instants I will be showing you in this video. You can actually one-hit someone with that. So, alright, over to the werewolves I only have one of, and I will be flipping them for you. Instigator Gang. And then it turns into a Wild Blood Pack. Yeah, sorry, I had to put the thing right up in the camera. But, trample, and attacking creatures you control get +3/+3. And this thing combined with what's its name, Krallian Horde, it can really deal some damage there. Daybreak Ranger. Daybreak Ranger is one of my favorite cards in my deck. It can be tapped and deal 2 damage to target creature with flying. And when it flips, it also becomes a real powerhouse, I have to say, because it is a bit OP. I just took it out of the sleeve. Nightfall Predator, tap 1 red mana, and tap Nightfall Predator. Nightfall Predator attacks target creature, and they deal damage to each other. It's a 4/4, so I mean, if you have cards to boost up like I have, you can see the 3 Titanic growths there. So, I mean, yeah, you can really get this thing to kill almost everything on the field. Alright, I have my Reckless Waif here. It's a 1/1, 1-drop. But when it transforms, which you almost always get it if you get it on the first turn, it becomes a Merciless Predator, which is a 3/2. And you can deal damage when they have nothing on the field with this thing. So yeah, that's a good use of it. Afflicted Deserter. Afflicted Deserter, no real effect to it. I think I'm just going to stop saying the mana cost, because I think you guys already know these cards. But if you don't, tell me in the comments. But Werewolf Berserker. It's a 5/4. When it flips, you can destroy target artifact, and when you do that, you can inflict 3 damage to that artifact's controller. So yeah, I've killed several people with this thing just on its effect. So, and this is normally the front runner of almost every werewolf deck you see. So, Maduri's Shaman, or however you say that. Nothing really special about it in human form. But you flip it over, it becomes the Mage Hunter. And whenever your opponent plays a spell, deal 2 damage to them for each spell they play. And it's a 5/5, so it really eats things up. Oh, and the Werewolf Ransacker, it's a 5/4. So, yeah, Village of Vestwald, or however you say that. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, you guys will learn this. But, yeah, it's a cheap card, you can get out pretty fast, and it turns into something really big. So, I mean, just let me flip it out, get it out of the sleeve here. It turns into Halpact of Ezwald. It's a 4/6, so it's basically there for eating anything that attacks you, pretty much. So, yeah, that's it for the creatures, really. Not a lot, but not too many. So now onto the instants, enchantments, and sorceries. Okay, we're going to stop here with these 3 up here at the top. And yeah, that's my Grawl and monster deck. Slightly improved. Okay, these are... I run 3 Moon Mist. These prevent damage from anything but wolves and werewolves. And only, and it flips all humans. So it basically turns all these guys into their monsters. So it's a good card to run. Hunger the Halpack. if I'm really low on like creatures that can deal big damage, I use this. I can put a one counter on it, or I can just send something in, do suicide, and get its morbid effect, and put 3 1/1 counters on it. Just gonna put that up there. I know I said, as I said before, 3 Titanic Growths. I'm thinking of its ability, which adds 4/4 to the target creature until the end of turn. I use these normally when I'm right after I attack and everyone's chosen what to block, because you can use instants at any point. So yeah, that's a little tip for you newbies out there who's watching this. Now, big defect about this deck is you can't really get flyers too good. So I have 2 plummets, which destroy target creature with flying. I'm going to show you that instant right there. This one right here, and a bit later. But then I have 2 Prey Upons, which it's a 1 mana card, which allows you to attack. If you bought the monster deck, you know that it's in there. So yeah. Okay, now here is Crushing Vines. You can destroy target creature with flying or target artifact. And these are good because they do same as Plummet, but just for a tad bit more mana. They get rid of what I need to. Now for this instant. Sangrit Surge. Target creature gains +3/+3 and gains double strike until the end of the turn. Combine this with Krallian Horde over there, and Krallian Horde becomes a 10/10 and gets 2 attacks basically. So it deals 20 damage with this one in 1 turn. So yeah, you can like destroy someone 1 turn with this card in Krallian Horde, but I rarely use that ever. Now for the 3 enchantments I got down here, that's the sideboard. I will be getting to that shortly. This you run 2 Full Moon's Rise, give all werewolves you control +1/+0, and you can sacrifice it and regenerate all your werewolves. So yeah, I run 2 of those just so I can regenerate all my werewolves. And then I run the enchantment Grounded, which Grounded allows you to basically enchant a creature with flying and put it on the ground for as long as you need to wipe them out with all of them. Now, onto the sideboard. These are cards that I could run in here, but I normally don't. I could run another Prey Upon, but I really think I'm good with what I have. And Nightfall Predator kind of already replaces Prey Upon, so. Another Moon Mist. It's a good to have as many of these as you can, but I wanted to make some room for some other enchantments, so that's why this one's there. You can run another Howlpack. I'm not running this one, obviously, because it's foil. Same with my Hinterland over there. My Hinterland Scourge. Curse of the Night Hunt. Curse of the Night Hunt makes all creatures of enchanted player attack, if able to. And this is basically you put it on someone else, and they just run into, well, shitstorm, pretty much. Fog. If you don't have Moon Mist, you can replace it with Fog. It does pretty much the same, just won't allow you to flip all your werewolves. Now, if you're running short on creatures, you can use this Wolfer Avenger. Has a regenerate ability, flash. But I was using this till I found out that this was 60 cards all by itself without this, so I took it out. If you don't have all the werewolves like me, you can add different cards to it, like wolves. Okay, now, however you say this name, I do not really give a crap right now. It when it enters the battlefield, it enters tapped, but it gives you 1 life, so I mean, kind of good. Well, yeah, that's kind of my deck here. Some things are you can substitute some other werewolves, and you can replace werewolves with wolves, and well, that's pretty much it. If you guys watch this video and you want me to review either of these decks, this is my Grawl, my guild deck for Ravnica. I built this one kind of from like several packs, all put together. I mean, it was kind of easy for me to get them, but... And then, my monster deck. I don't have the heroes, because I bought this off one of my friends for, like, $5, so... Well, not really $5, but you know what I mean. And he's probably going to watch this video and slap me for saying that, but... Alright, well, that was my deck. See you guys.